What's up? This is your boy Spike D.
What's up? It's your boy Shoheezy in the house.
We got our boy DJ Nasty Neek on the ones and twos. So basically we coming back at you and as we know, this is still riveting the nation. The VTech tragedy that occurred a couple days ago. As a matter of fact, we finally got a name for the dude. If y'all been watching the news, it's Shoheezy. He was from South Korea, if I'm not mistaken. He was a Southern Korean student here in...
he was an English major, international student. I think he was a senior. I thought I heard that he was a senior.
Okay. And basically, what caused him to do these killings? I don't know much about the case. I'm just reading about it, getting more detail.
One thing was, the first two shootings, I know one of them was his girlfriend.
Okay.
One of the girls.
Okay.
I don't know if it was ex-girlfriend or just his girlfriend still. But apparently, I don't know what she did or whatever, but that's what he was angry at her, I guess, and shot her.
Wow. So was it like do you know any details regarding,
Nah, I really didn't check on it. I mean, after all this stuff's going on, I also try to stay away from negative stuff, so.
Yeah, I feel
I don't just sit around and listen to it all the time.
Yeah, we try to bring the facts. We trying to bring the facts, Oh, good news. When we did the episode last time, we got about 175 views, y'all. 175, that's a lot of views, man. And we want y'all to keep them popping, man. We want y'all to keep them popping. Keep watching the show and continue to support the effort, man. We trying to bring serious topics. We try to be, funny when it's time, and we try to be serious when it's time. So, watch us for both. Watch out for both. We got the MySpace group up, which is nice. So go check that out. MySpace.com/Shoheezy the letter N, Spike D Show. That's myspace.com/Shoheezy the letter N, Spike D Show. So go check that out in MySpace. We don't have much up right now, but we're working to get that up for y'all, and we're gonna put all the clips on there, and we're gonna do all that, okay?
One thing about the case, it's brought up a lot of issues about security on campuses.
For sure.
And I know in our class alone, we talked the whole class period about what should the schools do? What should St. Thomas do?
Right.
To increase our security? Should we put in cameras in hallways and everywhere? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Just so we can see what's going on. Should we start doing psychological tests on students? What our teacher made a point was, this guy, whatever made him do it, the people around him should have seen something like this coming around. And I know one of the teachers turned into counselors, like, this is his writing, he needs to see counseling.
Yeah.
It's not good or whatever. But like, it's his girlfriend. she knows him.
Of course.
She knows if he's crazy or not.
Well,
I know some could put you to that point, but you know how your person reacts or something like that. She could have already said something about it.
Saw some of the signs, yeah.
And that's a lot of things. Do we look at our peers and just because they're our peers and our friends, do we just
shy it off and say, oh, you know how he is, you know how she is?
Because I don't think anybody's going to take one of your friends and be like, let me go tell the counselor, I think something might happen.
That's true.
Nobody usually does that, and that's a big issue right now, I think, about how people are going to react. And
so I guess the big question out there is, and send in your comments, the big question out there is it a peer's responsibility, or should we just leave it to that individual to go seek help? Should we help them seek help, or should they seek help on their own? True. That's the big question. And of course, we could be talking about this all day long, but that's for you guys to decide. We want you to send your comments and go to the site, respond, go to the YouTube site, go to the Facebook group. Do whatever you can to get your word. If you feel like your word out there, if people something need to hear, get it out there. And we'll be sure to, get a chance to read it on the show. Or call one of us. If you got our number, hey, call us up, and we'll put you on voice, speakerphone, and have your voice to be heard.
Yep. The other issue that's brought up, gun control.
Yeah.
And that's big right now. And then I know what you were talking about, that conspiracy theory. I don't know if you want to say that out or whatever.
Well, one of our viewers on the YouTube site sent me two articles, very interesting articles, and both of them were in regards to that this whole thing is a conspiracy theory about how the United States government was a direct part in creating this. It was a black op to justify gun control here in America. So, you know, if you got more details on that, or if you feel like you can explain that a little bit more, even the viewer out there, I'm sorry I'm not able to give you the shout out on the show, but if you want to, send in more details as to what you think, we know that they're interesting articles, but we want to know your take on it or anybody else's take on it. Please do, and we'll be sure to get it out there on the show.
The United States government's are like the biggest gangsters on the earth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're just bullies.
Yeah.
And they basically can do what they want.
They can. I mean, let's look at the drugs here in America. It wasn't. Let's just put it like this. It wasn't us, poor black folks in the hood that was bringing in the cocaine and the heroin and all this stuff in here. So, just think about them issues. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't. Hey, Tupac Shakur in a very riveting speech he made before some people that were gathered in New York City, he made the statement. He said, hey, put it quite frankly, you got 2 times, BC and AC. BC before crack, AC after crack. We living in AC right now, and you see what the country is going through. BC before crack, a lot of this stuff wasn't going down. Really wasn't. You had families that had both parents at home. You had families that were really trying to make it, really trying to survive. But now after crack, people don't care anymore. People feel like that, all hope is gone. So, like I said, we could be talking about this issue on and on, but we know the United States government is doing some good things, but also doing some shady stuff out there. And what they got to start doing is being real to the people. Mm-hmm. Start being real to the people. All we want is the truth. You might feel like we can't handle it, but, your part is you need to tell us the truth. Tell us what it is and let us decide if we can handle it or not.
Back to the gun control thing. I mean, like I was telling you earlier, some people bring up that it's a constitutional right to bear arms.
Okay.
When that was written in 1776, it's 250 years later, right?
Thank you.
That stuff's not gonna fly by anymore.
No.
And they need to understand
it's
a whole different time.
It's a whole different time period, and like we were having a discussion before the show, before we went on the air. I mean, dang, they are also in the Constitution. It says that we don't have to quarter soldiers anymore. Mm-hmm. But you don't see the National Guard walking up to your door and talking about, hey, I need a place to stay or I need something to eat. So the idea is, it was a time issue. And we got a lot of laws here in Texas that's on the books, but that don't mean that they're being enforced or anything like that. Got a lot of crazy laws in all different states. Laws like, it's not legal for you to throw dynamite in a river to fish. People do it. They're not going to jail for it. They're not getting fined for it. You know what I'm saying? So it's not okay in the state of Pennsylvania. I'm just making up something like it's not okay in the state of Pennsylvania to have your shoes off in front of a female. That's something stupid. It's on the books. But ain't nobody enforcing it.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. And speaking of laws and government, I know we wanted to bring it down to our level,
of course,
talk about student government over here at St. Thomas.
Right, for sure. Hopefully we'll get a chance to, talk more in detail about that when we have our guests to come in. But I'd just like to say that, just like I said the other show, SGA does a great deal of, trying to help the student body. And the fact of the matter is, I don't feel helped.
I mean, I don't even speak to any of them, really. I mean, the one, Senator Leija is going to come in today. That's the only person I talk to that's a senator.
Right.
I really don't know who all the other senators is because they don't go out and make it like they're a senator. You know what I mean?
Right.
They go take care of their SGA meetings or whatever, but they're not going around campus